Look at this, Pisces. Look at these cards. This is loud. Let me tell you, we got that Nine of Swords. We got the Knight of Swords in reversed. We got this Ace of Wands in reverse, the World reversed, and the Six of Pentacles in reversed. I think get ready for something to get flipped upside down here. There is this energy coming through of an unfinished conversation. Get ready to go back. Get ready for a blast from the past. And I do think things need to be processed that haven't been processed fully. So if this reading is for you and you would like to go further with me, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, Pisces, and let's get into this message. Hey Pisces, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Tarot and Astro Insights, and this is going to be a reading for you connected to that new moon solar eclipse. It's coming up in just another day here, Pisces. I think I might have saved the best reading for last, and so we are cleaning up karmic cycles. We are kind of at that energy of a karmic checkpoint, and so look back to where you were in the summer of 2013, because we're in that final cleanup. And when I think of the Aries Libra axis, this is a solar eclipse tied into that North Node in Aries, and we got to clean up the baggage, the shadow energy of that Libra South Node, which is all about codependencies, people pleasing. And so get ready for something to be eclipsed out of your life. Let's get into this reading, Pisces, and let's see what the universe has in store for you. All right, Pisces, let's talk about these cards, because this really is a deep and transformative message for you, Pisces. Remember the cards on the cut? We had that combination of the soulmate card and the never-ending story. And so this really is suggesting that there is a connection here that you have been dealing with that is carrying with it some very heavy karmic weight. You are being called to recognize the cycle, Pisces, rather than getting lost in it. You are a very mutable sign, Pisces, and sometimes you don't know where Pisces ends and something else begins. And so I just want to say you don't want to get lost in this cycle, because I do feel, Pisces, you are being pushed to reflect on the cost of holding on to something that is no longer in alignment with you. We get the exchanging gifts card, right? And so this to me is adding a deep layer to this message, Pisces. You are being reminded consequences of manifestations, right? All manifestations come with consequences. Be careful what it is that you wish for, because sometimes you might get exactly what you wished for and then realize you don't want it at all anymore, and everything does come at a cost with a price. And so I do feel you are being pushed. What is it that you are holding on to? I do feel it's a relationship here that's probably no longer in alignment. There is this idea, I want to say, or this energy coming through of karmic dues being paid. And this Aries eclipse is suggesting, I want to say, a moment of reckoning where you're going to have to make a choice. You can hold on to the illusion, but I don't feel there's reciprocity here in this connection. You can hold on to that illusion of reciprocity, or you can break free and create true balance in your life for the person that is meant for you to enter your life, right? And so are you planning to connect to the astrology of this eclipse? Because if you are, and you're feeling called to understand your soul's blueprint, I do have a free guide that can help you decode your birth chart and maybe figure out how these energies are going to play out for you. All you got to do is comment below, free guide, and I will send it your way. And it might even help you have a new understanding of your placement so you can unlock some major insights about this eclipse energy. But I do feel this eclipse is highlighting themes of self-assertion Independence, I feel, is a big theme for you, Pisces. And you might even be going through an identity crisis or an identity shift, which is really going to align you with the Pisces energy that you need to reclaim your power in a certain relationship. We get the new life card in reverse on the bottom of the deck. And so this is pretty powerful because look at that. Below that, we get no place like home. And so there is a familiarity here. I want to say there's almost like a 10 of cups in reversed quality coming through with that no place like home. And this new life card, I just want to say, is really powerfully standing out. It's like you are, Pisces, you are on the threshold of a brand new cycle. But it's like you can't fully step into it without acknowledge what truly needs to be released. And so I do feel the message is pretty firm. I'm trying to deliver it with a little bit of gentleness. It is okay to realize something that maybe seemed right for you at the time, or I do feel there's like a soulmate connection here that you at one point in time thought, this is it, I'm going to be with this person forever. This is feeling a lot like that Cancer reading I did, I think it was last week. So if you're dealing with a Cancer, go check it out. I do have a vague remembrance of this card coming out for Cancer, but I do feel it's okay to realize that something wasn't what it seemed to be. It is okay, Pisces, to admit, hey, that a choice didn't lead you where it hoped it would. Not everything does last forever. Soulmates come in many forms. They come in the form of romance, friendships, family, and not everybody stays the whole life journey. And I do feel there's something here really preventing you from stepping into a new cycle, stepping onto a new path, because of a choice that didn't lead you where you hoped it would lead you. And there's this clinging energy, right? And so we can't rush through the lesson either. And so healing is not about escaping the discomfort, right? It is about integrating the wisdom. And so I do feel there's this energy coming through, Pisces, where you've probably bypassed some type of emotions here. You maybe left a relationship behind. You jumped into something brand new just to avoid the feelings of grief of a previous ending. And we can't start relationship cycles off on that foot, right? It's never going to lead to that new life because we can't bypass our emotions, Pisces. And I do think this Aries eclipse energy is saying, hey, you do have an opportunity for a bold new start, but only if you're willing to clear out what was left unresolved. You can't take the baggage of a past relationship into a new cycle. You can't say, hey, I'm going to exchange this for something else and avoid all of the emotions and bypass the emotions, because I do feel there's this energy of like a false start or something that never got off the ground that was meant to go somewhere, because I think somebody was in this Knight of Cups in reversed energy and they were, I want to say, like a future faker or a love bomber. And I do think somebody might want to go back home to a connection that probably had what it took to go the distance. So I don't know if you're dealing with somebody that wants to go back to something, but I do feel there's a cautionary energy here because there is a deeply karmic, emotional energy, I want to say, attached to this reading. And that Queen of Pentacles, let's talk about her for a minute, because she came through on the cut of the tarot and she came out as the last tarot card in this 3-card spread. And so there is an emphasized energy coming through surrounding this eclipse, connected to self-worth, connected to healing. I do feel connected to a necessary release of an unbalanced dynamic, right? And so let's break this down for you, Pisces, because this is pretty powerful, right? Do you remember what was on the cut? Because on the cut, we had the, what did we have? We had the 9 of Cups. I'm pretty sure it was the 9 of Cups with that Queen of Pentacles energy, right? And so let's talk about this, because the 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. It really is. And so it's like you got to learn to step into your own value. You've got to trust that your true heart's desires will manifest. But I do feel there is a very dissatisfying emotional situation here that probably at one point in time you considered it to be wish fulfillment, but I don't think it is. And you are being called to recognize that, right? And true abundance, true happiness, Pisces, is never going to be found in chasing anything external, whether it's validation or another person. You do have to know your own worth, right? You definitely have to know your own worth. And so let's talk about the Star reversed. It feels like there's a wish not being granted. I just feel there's this loss of hope. this loss of faith, and maybe a dream that you once wanted with somebody here, it didn't fully materialize as expected. And I think you are feeling a little bit disconnected from your spiritual path. There is this energy of being disillusioned by something that probably at one point in time you deeply believed in. And I do think this is tied into that never-ending story on the cut. So what situation is it that you're holding on to? Maybe thinking it would bring you happiness, but really happiness is an inside job, Pisces. And I think you're kind of realizing this situation that you wanted to bring you happiness is turned codependent, and you're realizing that it's probably draining you instead, right? Because the Six of Swords is saying Spirit is dragging you towards a new cycle. Spirit is saying you cannot avoid this journey forward. You cannot avoid this release or this transition, right? You've got to move on from something here, Pisces, that's no longer serving you, whether it's romance or a job or friendship. It feels very painful. It does feel very painful, but I want to say healing is in progress. Okay, it is in progress here, but you've got to let go of an attachment, whether it's in the past or it's in the present. The Queen of Pentacles is reinforcing this energy for you, okay? It really is reinforcing this energy. And this is about cutting to the chase. This is reinforcing to you, Pisces, you need to trust in your value. You need to create security within yourself. You cannot seek that in another person or a relationship, situationship. You have to learn, Pisces, to be your own provider. You have to learn to be your own nurturer, your own protector, and you can't seek that externally, right? Because people will only treat you to the value that you treat yourself. And so this is a very grounding energy. Let's take a look on the bottom of the deck, because this is screaming fear, fear, fear. I think this is where that karmic pattern is lingering, because there is like a mental and an emotional struggle here. I feel anxiety. I feel sleepless nights, overthinking, and Spirit's like, you got to get out of this energy. You've got to get out of this energy, I want to say, of despair. I do think there's deep emotional and mental distress here over a cycle that you know is coming to an end, but you're feeling stuck. Maybe you don't know how to break free, or you don't want to break free because there's a codependency here. There's this rushed energy coming through. There could be an argument with no resolution in sight. This could be somebody saying, hey, I'm out of here. I'm out of this situation. I do feel very impulsive communication. And maybe somebody's like leaving this situation in the dust to go back to something where there was unfinished conversations or miscommunication from the past. So don't be tempted to lower your standards, Pisces. But I do feel there's a quick acting energy here, and you're not going to have time to process everything fully. Then oh, look at that. We go to the Ace of Wands in reversed. So this definitely is screaming to probably a spark that's gone out. I did feel that Ace of Wands in reversed here with the exchanging gifts card, because the Ace of Wands is actually key 27 in the tarot, and exchanging gifts is a 27 card. But I feel you felt at one point in time the situation was destined, but now it feels blocked. It feels heavy. It feels uninspired. It's like the passion's gone out. The spark's gone out. And, oh yeah, and the world reversed is repeating negative, repetitive patterns. There's an unfinished karmic lesson, and I don't know if you're dealing with the Knight of Swords. If you are this Knight of Swords, it looks like you, Pisces, might be rushing back to a missed opportunity from the start, because there's an incomplete, unfinished lesson. There's an incomplete cycle here, and maybe there's a lack of closure like I talked about. Maybe you just walked away physically from a connection, and you didn't actually emotionally and spiritually process that. There is a lack of healing here, Pisces, and I do think that's a big major theme in this reading. There's a lack of balance here. Yes, there is. And so I don't know if you have to go back because there was an energy of unequal giving and receiving, or maybe you overgave. Maybe you feel like you were taken advantage of. Swap it around. But you are being asked, Pisces, to step out of codependency and to reclaim your energy. And I do feel this is so deeply tied in to that never-ending story card on the cut of the oracle cards. And so there is a pattern here. You're caught in a pattern. You're caught in a cycle. And I do think it's a pattern surrounding self-worth. I really do. I think you give all of your time, your energy, you hold on to something long past the expiry date, feeling like, oh no, it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But you are being reminded, Pisces, you've got to be careful what it is that you wish for. You really do, because sometimes we manifest things or relationships only to realize it comes with a really hefty price. And so there is something here that you need to accept. There is something here that you need to let go, and maybe something went wrong and you don't want to admit that you made a mistake. But I want to say, Pisces, you deserve reciprocity. You deserve stability. You deserve peace, not this endless cycle of repeating the patterns of the past, because I think the universe is offering you a chance to step into your power. But you've got to align with something that is truly meant for your soul. So look at that. Heart opening. I do think there's some unprocessed grief here connected to an ending. I do think you probably moved on from a situation and you didn't process the energy of the ending. And I think there's still love there residing within you. And so I kind of feel, Pisces, you are going through a massive heart chakra awakening. And I think the signs have been bombarding you. And so the universe is communicating with you. It does every single day through signs, synchronicities, numbers. Maybe you're seeing 11:11 on the clock all the time. But I do feel there's this universal energy here saying, hey, you've got to find that deeper meaning in your life. You've got to create that peace. I do think you've probably been in a cycle of self-sacrificing. And I think the Aries eclipse energy is offering you a chance, Pisces, to step into your power. It really is. And so the past doesn't have to define your future, but you can't move into the next cycle until you deal with some unhealed wounds from the past that I think need healing, that were never released, whether this means going back to somebody that maybe also has been waiting for you. But there is a new life here for you, and you've got to trust. Let's take a peek on the bottom of the deck. This is connected to your purpose, okay? And so I think you're just about on the precipice of discovering your greater purpose this lifetime. So get ready to embrace whatever this eclipse is bringing your way, because it is karmic and it is heavy, and I don't think it can be avoided anymore.